I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Hello. So today we are going to read Chapter 4 of my debut novel, Eidolons, coming out December 2016. And to help pay for this rather overwhelming dream of mine, I'm leaving on a jet plane. And I'm going to Korea to teach, which will help fund this itemized budget I have. Oops, dropped something. That should be read that way. It's hieroglyphics. Don't worry about it. And it will also help pay for graduate school, and it'll be a good experience for when I want to teach elsewhere in the world, which has to do with another dream of mine, a more romantic dream that I talk about in my Anivloggersary, which I'll link down there. That's naughty. But I have an interview tonight in a school in Namyangju, which it's a Hagwon after-school academy. I think it's kindergarten through middle school, probably. I mean, there might be some adult learners in there. So more information on that, if I get that job, that will be starting November 16th. So a month from now. I keep saying a month from now. This might be a month from now. Who knows? Let's just hope I get it. If not, I have 2 other interviews lined up, and yeah, I'm excited. So let's continue with Chapter 4. What do you mean, why just save him? Are you heartless or something? I said, up above a cloud. It passed beneath me, and I could see the rectangular amber cornfields around the jagged ends of town. The urban sprawl had won out over symmetry. If you see a kid drowning in a pond, you wade in after him. I don't care if it's prom night and you drench a new sparkly dress. Don't even empty the pockets. That's just how it is. Do dresses have pockets? The girl in the green smock and glasses made a note. The book looked blank from where I was. An odd sense of duty, she said. When she was done journaling, she pressed the glasses up her nose with the pen. Unfair. I always thought if ghosts were real, I'd become one the second I died. Instead, I wake up after the action's over. I wanted to see the carnage. Like, say I exploded from the inside, I wanted to pop out of my body to see the blood splatter. Instead, I just got a corpse and gawkers. How do I get down from here, anyway? I've got places to go. You're dead, she said, and tucked her book in her smock pocket. The smocket. She scrunched her sleeves up the elbow. Her forearms were as pale as the rest of her. Ghosts didn't tan well. I want to see that geezer complain about another absence, then savor how shocked he'll be when he hears why. He's so calloused his heart won't give out from that twist, but his face might soften a little. He might even cry. I was always his favorite, you know. She was gone. I was more or less where I had been before. It was hard to tell without any landmarks except a long, fluffy cloud, but she was gone. Where'd you go? Take me with you. All my shouting was lost. Then there was this gentle pull, like walking a dog on a leash, that carried me foot over foot, except this was downward. I liked it. It was where I needed to head. Then gravity kicked on. I plummeted, jerked straight from my cloudy domain like death coming to the dinosaurs, until I stopped so suddenly on the sidewalk it made me nauseous. Could I puke as a ghost? It might be interesting to test, and then my ghost guts would be spilled on the unsuspecting. They'd never know they were covered in my reeking, half-digested peanut butter sandwich. No jelly. That stuff was disgusting. My body was gone, scooped up, gooped, incinerated, frozen in some drawer. The people had dispersed except for the police officer and driver. The car, a real clunker, was pulled over to the side except for the busted headlight and dented roof, It looked like every other parked car. It didn't interest me too much, but it was missing a hubcap. I found it inside Yarsma's. The dog on the leash sensation pulled me in, gently this time. I entered through the door. The hubcap was in the trash under some crystal-coated brownies, and the Dutch milkmaid was sweeping up the glass. Customers had cleared out, but some peered through the shattered window. There was a big hole where the painted sign had gold lettering saying Yarsma's Authentic Dutch Bakery. But now that was in the trash, on the sidewalk, or on some baked goods. I reached for a Danish behind the display case, but my hand met with resistance. I punched it, feeling no pain or pressure from the glass, but still unable to pierce it. I hopped over the counter and reached through the door. I could grab the Danish, but not move it, so I stuck my head in and licked it. There wasn't any taste. The milkmaid passed me with a dustpan full of glass shards. I reached to poke her, just to see how she'd react. "Stop that," the blonde ghost girl snapped. I whipped around to find her, lying on a bookcase of jars filled with bonbons, gummies, gumballs, and cookies. When a ghost touches another person, it disrupts their psyche. It can cause anxiety, depression, even rage. I yanked my hand to my chest and sidled around her. It's only in extreme cases. A little poke might give her a bad night's sleep. A faint sense of unease. I got away from the employee and got closer to my new buddy. Would she know it was me? I don't know. The ghost girl rolled on her back and stared at the ceiling, then turned her head so she was looking at me. "Don't you want to know who I am?" "A name's just a name. There's no one else around for me to talk to, so if I'm talking, I'm clearly mean you." The milkmaid threw away a scone. It looked like it had cherry or strawberry in it. Probably tasted like sweet artificial candy red. I pressed myself against the wall so she wouldn't bump into me on her trip around the store, but she kept walking right at me. Eventually, I perched on a wooden rack with lollipops sticking out. Normally, it would have wobbled under me or broken from my weight, but it stayed put. I felt like some sort of gargoyle warding off devilish children. I scowled, hissed like the gargoyles on one of the 27 churches in town. "That's only what I'm letting you see," she said, and watched my reaction. I looked away so she couldn't see it. "What are you, God or something?" She rolled over and thrust a hand at me. "Anita, GRR, Grim Reaper Representative." I flinched and fell backwards. I was floating in the air. "Don't be scared. You're already dead." "I know," I squeaked. "What's wrong?" The Grim Reaper hopped off the bookshelf. "Don't keep backing away. You act like it's your first time." "Shaking hands? It might be. I'm not a conventional guy." I bumped into the shelves and climbed using the cake boxes for handholds. But I quickly reached the ceiling, then had nowhere to flee. Aren't Reapers supposed to, kill people? You're already dead. Instincts say get the hell out. They're very impolite. I scooted over to the corner under hot chocolate mixes. Some had strawberry flavoring and some were almond. Others had coconut. Gross nut shavings littered the chocolate. "Where'll you go? You can't exactly open the door." The milkmaid had closed it. The window was covered by plastic wrap held up with scotch tape. The next breeze would knock it off, but it was a calm day. I was trapped. "Could you put your hand in your pocket or something?" I slid down and my head banged every shelf. It didn't hurt, but I rubbed it anyway. My body stretched out so my feet were between her legs. It was unnerving when her apron brushed my leg hair. "But we have to make a deal." I stopped sliding. She had to look down her chest to make eye contact with me. What kind of deal? I asked. She reached down to me, like she wanted to help me up, but I didn't want her bony spectral hands on me. They might have been covered in the illusion of flesh, but they were bony just the same. You want your life back, don't you? I never said I wanted that. I slapped her palm in the back of her hand and pounded it with my fist from above and below and finished with a punch that exploded fingers as I drew it back. It's practically free. You just have to shake it. Most people would take the deal. While haunting a bakery is a tease, I think I like being dead. It's like The Weeknd, but constantly. I promise to keep dodging Miss Milkmaid over there, I said. Look, it's not even the price of the deal. I'd give you my soul and do your evil bidding, no problem. But I refuse to do laundry. I don't even do my own. That pretty much opts me out of life. You'd get to eat all the chocolate you wanted. Till everyone side-eyed me for getting fat. Anita furiously flipped through the book of emptiness for 27 undeniably happy facts guaranteed to make me smile. Did you know otters hold hands while they're sleeping? Norway once knighted a penguin. The blind smile despite having never seen another because it's just instinct to show off a good mood. The genetic mutation that would have allowed spiders to fly was killed off because it didn't fit the environment. Life is this beautiful, mysterious, complex phenomena that basically came out over an accident, and whatever laundry you're scared of is insignificant to the wondrous melodies by the Beatles. I nodded along with each point, secretly bopping along to the tune that got stuck in my head. Probably the one the radio had been playing when the car smashed it into me. Won't you take the deal? She asked. How about I transfer it to you? Something tells me there's no fine print on the coupon. Has anyone asked you that in the 100,000 years since the birth of consciousness? Or did you get the gig as an amorphous archaea swimming in the ammonia? Regardless, take it. Let me enjoy my vacation, and you can have my 60 years of slaving away before you come visit me. People come back from vacation. Every year my mom said she wanted to stay in Florida forever. Miserable place. This is my job. If you don't take the deal, I'll be up for review because I'd have to be incompetent to not get a say on this. They might suspend me. She reached for my hand to force a shake, but I retreated to my armpit, the iron stinky fortress. Unfortunately, I was ticklish. But you'll finally have time for basket weaving, I told her. She crunched my hand. Ghosts weren't supposed to have bones, but I felt metacarpals snapping and phalanges popping. A done deal. The milkmaid backed into the kitchen with a tray of snickerdoodle crumbs, letting her rump push open the swinging door. In her hands were fresh cookies, and I whiffed but didn't get anything but tastes of memories. Let's get it over with, I said to Anita. We were still holding hands. What do you mean? She reached into her smock and pulled out that book again. She scribbled something, then tore out the page and flung it into the air. It went through the ceiling. I never saw it again. You crushed my hand. We shook. Where's my body? Oh, that'll take a few days. There's so much paperwork. I just put in the request, and a short waiting period is standard. You can thank me later. I grabbed at the book, but she held it over my head, out of reach. Then she brought her hand down, and the book stayed in the air. I jumped for it, but went up, up, up. And when I floated upward too, I bashed my head into the ceiling, whereas the book went right through. Waiting in a bakery? That'll drive me nuts, and I don't have the money for therapy. It's like $150 a session. I pounded the plastic wrap over the broken window. I hit and hit like it was a punching bag. but it didn't budge. Also, like a punching bag. That Scotch tape had amazing sticking strength. You're only trapped in here because you're not a full ghost yet. She snapped her fingers, and the world got foggy. It was like mist, but it fell towards the clouds instead of the ground. Go on. Hit it again. Hit it hard. I wound up, drew my arm back, and pow! I stumbled through the plastic wrap, the jagged window edges and the brick below the window onto the sidewalk. A woman was walking my way, oblivious to me, so I backed up and went through the window again. I stuck my head through to say, "See you in a few days. I've got places to go." I headed off, but Anita appeared in front of me, and I crashed headfirst into her sharp chin. She led me to a truck access alley behind Yarsma's, so we wouldn't be dodging sidewalk traffic. First, you need a little lesson. Did you notice anything? I'm the ghost that knew he was dead. Obviously, I figured out I can phase through walls now. I meant the souls, she snapped. See this fog? They're souls of the recent dead headed to the afterlife. The death rate's not that high, even if souls are as fat as the people. I stepped to her side. She mirrored me. I stepped back. She put her arms out. She wasn't going to let me leave. She plucked some soul fog from the air. It was a long stream that stretched, then bounced back down and formed a ball, something like a balloon. Humans aren't the only ones with souls, you know. Grasshoppers, ants, dogs, mice, flowers, weeds, fungi, bacteria. Bacteria? You're telling me bacteria have souls? Alright, Miss Grim Reaper. Mrs. Doctor? Whatever. Do ghosts have psych wards too? I think you need one. She punched me in the chest, then screwed in her knuckles. There was probably a dent on my sternum. Most souls head up without any help. Human souls too, usually. But not all. I guess there's symbolism about lost souls or attachment to worldly goods, but it's complicated. Sounds boring, I said. Regardless, now that we've made a deal, your job is to help one move on. Thanks for watching.